Again, 9-0, 5 and 6, 10-0, 3 and 4, 11-0, 7 and 8, please. And NA small block. NA small block coming up 5 and 6. The Camaro. The Nova. 960 in the right lane, 951 in the left lane. Here's your leader in 9-0, Vince Rui. I believe he's the leader in both the A and B category. In the left lane, the shop car, Chevy Nova out of FM Fab. He's lined up next to Chris Atkinson. Atkinson's away. Rui goes 903, 149, and here comes Felicia. Felicia Smith, the four-door rocket ride. Second place to Vince Rui, who she just saw go that 903. She's been 903, 904, and 903, second place in the category right now. Chasing Vince Rui. Felicia will knock the tire, not what they were looking for at all on that pass. Attention in the pits, if you are a zero-run car, if you have not made any passes, if you are a zero-run car, come on up to lane number 9, please. And we will get you that pass to stay in competition. Again, if you are a zero-run car, lane 9 is open for you for the rest of the evening. If you are a zero-run car, come on up to lane number 9, please. Attention in the pits, NA big block. NA big block, come on up 3 and 4, please. We should have NA small block 5 and 6. NA big block, come on up 3 and 4, please. So here we go, motorcycle racing. Mason Moody in the left lane, been a slew of mid 9-second passes on the Kawasaki 2H2. Taking on Nicholas Richards with the 2003 Aprilia. Has been in the 1150s. 1026 will not improve him, and 1193 for Richards. Here's Dustin Moody completing the burnout in the right lane. The left lane, that's James Revels, the Honda Magna. So the bagger's going at it. Dustin has been in the mid 12-second range, and Revels has been in the high 14s. On the Honda Magna. 12:37 for Moody and a 15:09 for Revels. Here's that Cornhusker Cougar. That's Dustin Peterson in the left lane in the 9-0 category. He started in 918, 920, and 908. The right lane, the 79 Dodge. In the 12-second category has been a slew of mid-12s. Again, if you are a zero run, if you are a zero-run ride, come on down lane number 9 and we'll get you that run to stay in competition. If you are a zero-run ride, come on down lane 9. Let's get you that pass. So looking for a 9 flat in the left lane, looking for a 12 flat in the right lane. Peterson goes 961, that'll be no help at all. And a 1279 in the right lane, same deal. Here comes Jacoby Betts in the right lane. The second gen Camaro in the 9-0 category. He's lined up next to Matt Potter. Potter in the left lane. Has kind of been all over the place. 13 flat, 1424, and 1091 in the GTO. Again, Betts looking for that 9-0 in that Toyota lane. Matt Potter in the Lupe Tortilla lane. And again, if you are a zero-run car, come on down lane 9. And we'll get you rocking and rolling. 12:17 out of the GTO and a 9:14 for Betts. Jay Graham back in the Tesla. In the 10-0 category. This is the Tesla Plaid. He's going to take on Bob Ruppel from the All Bob race team. You see Bobby, his son, back there doing the video duties. Bob in the naturally aspirated big block category. No, that's not true. He's in the 10-0. Bobby in the naturally aspirated big block category. Looking for 10 flat in the left lane, 10 flat in the right lane. Attention to the pits again in a small block 5 and 6 and a big block 3 and 4, please. Stick shift, you are on deck. I'll be calling you next. 10:05 in the left lane for Big Block Bob. You can find him on YouTube, Big Block Bob. And you can see all the winter mint green Nova that your eyes can handle. Jared Kime in the left lane. Kime has been in the 10 teens in that 10-0 category. Holly Rops in the right lane has been 10-17, 10-09, and 10-03. Looking to put it on the number here. Again, 10 flats, the name of the game here. $10.08 for Kime. And at 11:23 is zero held. $10.09 for Hazlitt in the right lane, 11.08 for Stringer. Brad Austin and Matt Austin side by side. 10-10 in the left lane and a 13.44 in the right lane. Here's Jeremiah Crook, the C10 in the right lane. The Fox body in the left lane is Tom Bagley from the UK, and he's still got those Knapsack shirts for sale. $25 gets you one of those, and that will help him get himself back to the UK, get that car back to the UK, and get him hot rodding it even more. He'll go 10.50 in the left lane for Bagley. Crook having some issues. $13.12 for Crook. That'll bring up Jake Roberstadt in the right lane. Roberstead in the 14.0 category. TJ Moses in the left lane looking for that 10 flat. $9.83 is too quick. $14.37. Here's William Hogan, our first look at the stick shift OBS truck. He was looking for a compression tester earlier, so hopefully that thing is not hurt at all or anything. Badass. Hell yes. Attaboy. Again, looking for a compression tester, but it looks like this thing has got the stank in it. He's going to smack around the gear shifter, and he's going to roll it to an 889, and that's going to be an all 8-second field for William Hogan. 892, 897, 883, and now an 889 for the stick shift OBS. Here's Mark Derryberry, the 15 model CTSV, looking for that 10 flat. Again, in a small block, he should be in 5 and 6. In a big block, he should be in 3 and 4. And Derryberry misses a gear there and goes 1188, looking for that 10-second pass. That'll bring up the right lane. That's Ty Atkinson, the CTSV. The left lane is Sarah Thorpe, the GTO, looking for 11 flats here. Attention to the pit. Stick shift. Stick shift. This is your call. Come on down 7 and 8. Stick shift. Come on down 7 and 8, please. Thorpe, the Pro-Charged LS. Ty Atkinson, the LSA Supercharged LS. $11.28 and $11.15. Allie Kirtley in the right lane, having issues with the car, so they're just going to break the beams and back it out. Jason Bell in the left lane, though, looking for that 11 flat. He did it last night with 11.00 with a 5 at Thunder Valley. Again, keep in mind, every single thing you're seeing has 1,000 miles on it right now, and we're going to be 1,300 by the time we're done. Certainly was kind of mid 11-second performance, and then last night turned in a 16.69. Jason Bell goes 11.12, and Kirtley will break the beams and stay in competition. That's as good for a 20-second time slip, which is great. They don't really care. They just want to keep the thing rolling to get it back to Tulsa, because completing these is finishing these, and finishing these is winning these. So Allie Kirtley will back that 4th gen out, and they will live to race another day with the 4th gen Camaro. Here comes Chris DeLong, our first look at the V6 nitrous-assisted Chevette. She sent me a message and said, we did the math. Even if we get an 11.000, we can't win this. So we're going to see how fast this thing can go. 4.3 liters of V6 Chevrolet under the hood with a nitrous assist shot. And one of our wicked chicks out here. She's next to Alberto Hernandez. Hernandez out of the 11.0 category has been 11.05 and 11.16. See her purging the nitrous there. Long's got 11.16, 11.06, and 11.05 with that little Chevette that could. Look at that Chevette go, 150 flat to 60 foot. Hernandez goes 11.09 out of 10.97. That's a 10-second Chevette, ladies and gentlemen. Love it. 10.97, 121 with a 1.5 flat short time. Got that Chevette working. Let's pill it up a little more, Johnny. That's John Long Jr. and Sr., and they've both done race weeks as well. Here comes Kylie Moore in the right lane. A contender in the 11.0 category. Has been 11.04, 11.08, and 11 flat with a 5. She's next to David Smith with the Viper. He's been 11.07, 10.98, and 10.74. With the 10-cylinder Viper. He goes 11.14 and a 10.95 for Kylie, too quick. That'll bring up Tiffany Lee here in the right lane. Again, lane number 9 is open for 0-run cars all night long. Lane number 9 is open for 0-run cars all night long. All night long. If you know that reference, you were old. Dale Gebhardt, way up top in the 11.0 category with the Hellcat Challenger. And Tiffany Lee, 11.02 and on the button, 000 for Tiffany Lee. She can do no better. So turn that in and see where the chips fall. The left lane, no slouch there for Gebhardt, 11:02. But Lee goes 11:000 at 123. And again, you can do no better. Turn that slip in, and you have done your job. Here's Leroy Davidson, the S10. He's been in the 11 teens and 1120s range with the S10. Again, stick shift, come on down 7 and 8. Stick shift, come on down 7 and 8, please. Davidson will bump that S10 in. At the stripe, he'll go 11:52 at 118. Felicia Smith's back. She's trying to redeem herself after knocking the tires off immediately at the hit on her last pass. She needs to put up a 9:01 or probably a 9:00 to put any pressure on Vince Rui. The four-door rocket. Attention in the pits. Outlaw Street. Outlaw Street, this is your call, 5 and 6. Outlaw Street, this is your call. Lanes 5 and 6, please. Let's also get Limited Street. Limited Street, come on up 3 and 4. Again, Outlaw Street, 5 and 6. Limited Street, come on up 3 and 4, please. The four-door rocket hooks up. She hits third. What will it run? 9:11, 152. Not what she was looking for. Again, she needs to be like 01 or better probably to put any pressure on Vince Rui. David Black in the left lane. The 84 third-gen Camaro. The right lane is Leland Gorel. The OBS truck. The truck's looking for a 12 flat. David Black looking to go as quick as he can. He's been in the mid-9 second range. Not going to happen this time. Really soft at the 60-foot. And it is just slow rolling down that left lane. Gorel goes 12:48. And a 14:76 for Black. The stick shift GTO in the left lane. That is Louis Flaquette. Stacy Streeley in the right lane. The OBS. He's been in the 11 teens with that ride. Again, Outlaw Street, come on down 5 and 6. Limited Street, come on down 3 and 4, please. Outlaw Street, 5 and 6. Limited Street, come on down 3 and 4. Not Lewis's day here, unfortunately. Just having some issues getting that car to launch. Streeley goes 11:28. And if you're keeping track at home, Flaquette goes 21:71 at just 40. Here's Vince Rui, your leader in 9.0. I believe in both the A and B categories. The shop car out of FM Fab. Again, Outlaw Street, 5 and 6. Limited Street, 3 and 4. The left lane is Jeremiah Crook. The square body truck. Doing a quick mist on this starting line before we bring you these next pair. Looking for a 10-0 in the left lane, looking for a 9-0 in the right lane. I think it could be kind of 9-0 4-ish. And that is going to do a number on Felicia Smith in that 9-0 category. So here we go. Crook and Rui. So Rui looking to sew up his win in the 9-0 category. The twin turbo LS powered Chevy Nova. Goes 9:05. I don't know if that'll be enough. 1072 in the left lane for the square body. Jim McDonald pulls up in that Lupe Tortilla lane in the left lane. The 72 Nova has been a slew of 1170s. The 2020 model, 6th gen Camaro in the right lane is Brian Price. That's that Toyota lane. Again, Outlaw Street, you should be in 5 and 6. Limited Street in 3 and 4. $11.67 and $11.45. The 45, his best pass of the week there in the right lane for Brian Price, though. As is the 67. Brett Marvel, the nationally aspirated big block square body, has been living in the mid-13 second range, right at 100 miles an hour. The 68 Barracuda is John Hardesty. He's been in the mid-10 second range. And again, when the sun goes down, so do the ETs. It's about to get gangster here in that B group. And as we all know, the B group is cooler than the A group. Because the nighttime is the right time. $10.56, his best pass of the week. No, he went a 54 the first day. And a 13.74 for Brett Marvel will not improve him. Here's Julia Smith, one of our wicked chicks, the big block powered B-body Mopar in the right lane. She's lining up next to Levi Holt. Holt with the big block swapped 1975 Maverick. 429 cubic inches, a 385 series big block Ford. Looking for naturally aspirated big block action, so going as quick as we can. 12.05 in the Coronet in the right lane. Her second best pass of the week. 12.26 in the left lane for Levi Holt. Here's Robert Voss in the left lane, the 1951 Ford. He's been living in the mid-10 second range with the naturally aspirated big block. Sweet, rounded fender ride. And Pat Beach in the right lane, the big block equipped 71 Challenger, likely with a 383 big block Mopar. Voss having some issues there, so we will send Pat Beach as a single. Oh, and then she'll just break the beams and back on out. And we'll see what's going on with Voss's ride. He's going to need a hand pushing that back. I don't think he's made a pass yet today in that B group. He was having issues finding an alternator with that 51 Ford. So they'll both back those rides out, one under its own power and one not. And then that'll bring up Bob Ruppel. Big Block Bob. Attention in the pits, attention in the pits, Pro Street. Pro Street, come on up 7 and 8. Pro Street, this is your call. Come on up 7 and 8, please. Pro Street, 7 and 8. TJ Moses in the right lane, the 88 Camaro. In the 10-0 category, looking for that 10 flat, that third gen. And Bob Ruppel out of the naturally aspirated big block category, looking to go as quick as he can. He's been 10.02 with this ride. Can he put it in the 9? The Winter Mint Green Nova goes 10.21 at 132. TJ Moses having some issues there. I'm not sure what happened. It went red and then just sat there. And then he got an 11-second 60-foot time. So I'm not sure what was going down there. Michael Duranda getting ready to do his burnout in the right lane, the 5th gen Camaro. He's going to go head-to-head with Trevor Bergman. Again, 0-run cars. Lane number 9 is open for you all night long for the rest of the night. 0-run cars. Lane number 9 is yours all night long. If you have not made a pass, come on down lane 9. We will get you filtered in and get you that pass to keep you in competition. And Robert, if you can fix that thing, just roll it in. We'll get you your pass and or just break the beams. However you want to do it. So Duranda goes 11.15 and Bergman goes 14.73. That'll bring up Chad Wilson in the right lane, the 6th gen Camaro. Been in the 1030s all week. Wilson and McGraw. Bradley McGraw in the left lane. Chad Wilson in the right lane. 11.21 and 11.93 will be no help for either. Here's Jared Klausner in the right lane. The stick shift, nitrous-assisted V6 Camaro. Dave Mesa in the left lane with that OBS. Got a racer leaving here going, wahoo! He came up to give Cheeseburger a little fist bump because that track is on kill. He told me when that sun goes down, this thing is going to be flypaper and bad fast, and Cheeseburger never once lied to me. Never once. Attention in the pits. Gasser. Gasser, you should be in 5 and 6. Let's get Tailgate. Tailgate, come on down 3 and 4, please. Tailgate, come on down 3 and 4. 1272 and a 1508. Once again, Tailgate, come on down 3 and 4. Gasser, you should be in 5 and 6. Nico goes 10-19. Here's Aaron Slayton. Pulling up in the Taco Time Fairmont in the right lane. He put a personal best 850 with a 5 up last night at Thundery Valley Raceway Park. He's lined up next to Alex Rops. Rops with the truck called Grandpa, and I like to call it Bad Grandpa. A 12-second LT4 supercharged Silverado pickup. And he does a little tiny burnout, trying to save the tires on that truck. And Robert Voss is back there going, thank you so much. We've got everybody kind of in one. Cameron Andreen goes 904. Robert Voss did break the beams, so he's in competition. Broke the beams under his own power. So he is now still in competition, but he's not going to get a time slip that he likes because it's going to say 20 on the top. Attention in the pits, 12-0, 12-0. I'm sorry, tailgate, you should be in 3 and 4. 12-0, come on down, 7 and 8. 13-0, come on down, 5 and 6. And 14-0, 3 and 4. Again, tailgate, 3 and 4. 12-0, 7 and 8. 13-0, 5 and 6. 14-0, 3 and 4. Jason King up in the right lane, the Willies. He's in that tailgate class, which we're running right now. Looking for an 11.95. Bo Denny in the left lane, turning a 12 flat. Looking for that number. A little bit of whomping going on the top end, 12.10 and a 12.05. Again, 12-0, 7 and 8, 13-0, 5 and 6, 14-0, 3 and 4, please. And again, lane 9, 0 run cars. If you have not made a pass, come on down lane 9. We'll get you scooted in with the rest of these folks. James Wynn is back in the right lane, the F-150, looking for a 15.08. Terry Kiefer in the left lane, the nitrous-assisted 79 Dodge. Been in the mid-12s. Looking for a 12.63. The tailgate class, a dial your own class. So whenever they turned in the first day, they're looking to run all week long, 12.70 and a 15.37. No help for either. Jackson Devon pulls up past the water in the right lane, the 2005 Diesel Dodge Ram. The left lane is Travis Boltman, the 96 OBS truck, looking for a 12.11. Puts it on the number, 12.11 on the 12.11, except he went a 12.11 with a 1. He needs a 12.11 with a 5. So that's 4 thousandths too quick. 11.78 for Devon in that right lane, looking for that 11.68. Pair of Chevrolets coming at you. David Rexwinkle in the left lane, the R10 truck, looking for an 11.50. Levi Rupert in the right lane, looking for a 14.10 with the 68 Chevy C10. $14.13 on that 14.10. He'll love that. And a 12.17 on that 10.50 is no good. Pair of Fords getting ready to battle it out. Andy Bean in the left lane looking for a 13.17. And Roberto Lowen looking for a 17.04 out of the 86 Ford. And I keep saying it, but keep in the back of your mind, all of this stuff, 6-second stuff down to 17-second stuff, has 1,000 street miles on it right now. We're going to be 1,300 plus by the time we're done, including 500 miles in a torrential downpour with hail and tornadoes. Freaking ridiculous. Bean goes 09 on the 17. That won't be any good. And a 1682 is too quick on that 1704. Benny Geisbright finishes the burnout in the right lane. Jake Roberstad here in the left lane, the 2000 Silverado. Looking for a 1428 out of that left lane. An 1121 out of the right lane. Robert Voss is looking for a universal throttle cable. That naturally aspirated big block 51 or 54 is looking for a throttle cable. If you have a throttle cable, shoot, Robert. In the past, I've used a coat hanger, honestly. It works good. But if you have a universal throttle cable or something that he can hook up his foot to the carburetor, Robert Voss is looking for that. And Geisbright on the brakes at the finish line there. I'm not sure if he's having problems, only 85 miles an hour. And racers, it is that time. If the racetrack lights are on, then we need your lights on. So go ahead and get your tail lights on for the rest of the evening. That way we can see you on the top end and make sure that it's safe before we send the next pair. I don't have any pants. I didn't bring any long pants. I'm not gonna race your nitrous car with no long pants. I didn't think about it. That's okay. Jared Klauser is trying to get me to drive his nitrous-assisted V6 Camaro. Oh, it's actually sitting over here ready for me to drive it. You got a helmet in there? Okay. You come up here. You announce. Bring that car down the center, and you announce for a couple of passes, and I'll run that stupid car. Bill Cash in the right lane. The F-150. Goes 1578 and a 1640 for Dalen Cox. The Diamond T, dude, Alan Harvey. He killed a cylinder head on this thing. This is a twin turbo all-wheel drive Diamond T on a Tahoe chassis. It has been in the 1030 range. He killed a cylinder head last night. He obviously found that cylinder head, and here he is on the racetrack. Jason Salch in the right lane with the Ford. Looking for a 1528. And the Diamond T looking for a 1036. $13.28 for Harvey. And Salch goes a 15.30. Next pair of our tailgate rides coming at you. Mark Cooling pulling around the water, and David Winnett pulling around the water. Cooling pulling up in that Toyota lane in the right lane, looking for a 12.56. David Winnett looking for an 11.65 with his F-150. Here's Steve McDermott looking for a 1239. The Pro-Charged Dodge Dakota with a Dodge motor. It's got the 5.9 Magnum under the hood of the Dakota. He's next to Stephen Manuel. Manuel in the C10 truck looking for an 1190. McDermott goes 1246 looking for that 39 and a 1212 for Stephen Manuel. Curtis Tanky does the burnout in the right lane with his square body truck. He's looking for a 1350. Jacob Bibby in the left lane looking for a 1201 with the OBS. $12.62 is way too quick at a 12.08 for Bibby. Looking for that 12.01. He might like that. Curtis Tanky, the GTO, in the 12.0 category, has put up a 12.00. Amanda Desrat in the left lane, the El Camino looking for a 12.11. So looking for a 12 flat in the right lane, looking for a 12.11 in the left lane. There's Jared. Come on up to the second floor of the tower. The door marked race control. And you're going to announce for a second. And you get to announce me running your car. Broderick Bragger in the left lane. The 15 model Dodge Challenger. He's looking for a 12 flat. Dustin Berg in the right lane. The Regal T-Type. Again, I should have 12.0 and 7 and 8, 13.0 and 5 and 6, 14.0 and 3 and 4. Let's get Junior Street. Junior Street, come on down. Lane number 1, please. Junior Street, come on down. Lane number 1, please. $12.46 in that left lane for Bragger, and Baird goes 12.05. Looking for that 12 flat. Cesar Campos in the right lane, the 5th gen Camaro, and Joe Riverstad with the Fox Mustang. right, so I'm not going to run the nitrous Camaro tonight. We're going to run it on Saturday because I want to run it with the big pills. And I'm going to grudge race my wife. Yeah, I'm going to stick shift race my wife in a nitrous-assisted V6 Camaro on Saturday. What we don't want to do is blow that thing up and screw this track up for everyone that's trying to get their times down. Because I might blow it up. Cheeseburger goes, that's a good idea. Let's not mess my racetrack up. How about that? Once again, Junior Street, come on down lane 1. Junior Street, come on down lane 1. $11.99 in that left lane and a 12.04. Here's Levi Rupert and Clayton Myrtle. Myrtle with the G8 has been kind of all over the place. 12.32 and 11.50s. Rupert's been a 14.1, a 14.12, and a 14.10. Looking for that 14.10 in that tailgate class. Again, Junior Street, come on down lane 1. Junior Street, come on down lane 1. $11.33 for Clayton Myrtle. And Levi Rupert goes 14.29, no help. Here's Brian Brown, the BMW X5. Lined up next to Craig Hambright, out of Plumbing Specialist of Oklahoma, based out of the Oklahoma City area. He's been a 13.01 and a 13.14, and that little 13.60, we won't worry about that little guy. $13.04 and $13.09. Here's Martin Ranker. Ranker looking for that 13 flat, a top 5 ride in that 13.0 category. Again, lane 9 all night long is open for 0-run cars. If you have not made a pass, lane 9 is yours. Josh Rich, the dude that tuned my car and made it too fast. Again, who gets upset at their tuner for making their car too fast? No one. I love that it went too fast. He's like, I can mail you a tune with less timing in it. And I was like, the hell you can. Rich and Rank. Looking for those 13 flats. I think Rich is actually in the tailgate class. No, he's not. He's in the 13 flat. He'll go 22 and a 12.95 for Ranker. Here's Rich Thorpe and Anthony Watson. Anthony, your leader in the 14.0 class. Again, he's gone 14.00 with a 3. He's gone 14.02 with an 8. And he's gotten 14.000. Rich Thorpe in the left lane, the Cadillac CTSV, has been in the 13.064 range. Looking for 13 flat in the left lane, looking for 14 flat in the right lane. $13.24 and a 14.04. Also, when you guys get back to Tulsa, if you guys could not park in the first row of the staging lanes, please. Again, when you get back to Tulsa, if you could not park in that first row on the staging lanes, if you have any questions, check out a post in the RMRWers page. But again, Jimmy down at Tulsa is asking you, please do not park in that first row when you get there back to Tulsa. 14:32 for Dan Gosha, and Alexander Bergman goes 15:51. McKenna Gwynn here in the left lane, the second-gen Camaro, the 1979 version. The right lane is Jordan White with the Cop Car Charger. $14.20 and a $13.93. Next pair pulling in, that's Mike Baker, the Turbo 3/4 ton Suburban. Lining up next to Dale Farley, looking for 14 flats. The Suburban's turned in as quick as a 14.06. Farley has turned in a 14.06. So should be a good side-by-side race coming at you. $14.03 for Mike Baker in the Turbo Suburban, and a $15.25, missing a gear for Dale Farley. Here's Kara Glover, the C4 Corvette drop top, and Ethan DeFalco. DeFalco, the OBS truck. Glover, top 5 in the category. She's done it 14.07, 14.03, and 14.06. Looking for those 14 flats. 14.01 for Kara Glover. And Brian does the fist pump. Says that's pretty good. DeFalco goes 14.09. Pair of stick shift rides coming at you now. That's Billy Leach in the right lane. And that's my car, that's my wife. That's Stevie Dory. The stick shift CTSV. First gen, naturally aspirated 6-liter. And it has been going way too fast all week long. She's been trying to slow it down. The trunk is full of all of our crap still. Both rides smashing the gears around. Looking for 14 flats. Stevie goes 14.30 and a 14.22 for Billy Lee. Here's Robert Voss, the naturally aspirated big block ride. He found the throttle cable, I guess, or took my advice and used a coat hanger. He's next to Bree Anderson. Currently 9:06, and we are going to go till 10 o'clock. I just talked to Cheeseburger, and he said, you know what? The racetrack looks great. So we are going to just do a little bit of spray prep. So here's Jason King. King, the Willys Jeep, looking for an 1195. In the tailgate class, again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through one more round. We're gonna do a quick little bit of track prep here, 12:02 by the way, for Jason King. And we are gonna go through one more round. This is a good one. Reggie Moore in the left lane, the Model A, up against his son, Wes Moore. You see the whole front end of this car mashed all in. He got in a head-on collision in that 500 miles of rain. They just chopped the whole front end of the car off. So this is father and son. Reggie versus Wes. Wes has been in the 12-15 range. And Reggie in the 1180s. 1221 and a 1281. Joey Moore in the left lane doing the burnout in the first-gen Camaro. Broderick Bagger in the right lane, the 2015 Challenger. Looking for 12 flats. So again, racers, we are going to try to get through, or we're going to get through one more round. Assuming we have no issues. So again, we are going to get through Junior Street. We're going to do a real quick touch-up on the racetrack, and we're going to be back in business, starting at the top of the order. We may go a little over 10 o'clock, but that's okay. Oh, here we go with Junior Street. Skyla Lipinski here in the left lane. If you have a pink fingernail, she painted it. Against Tyler Weinhold. Weinhold, the 929 is what he's looking for there in the 8th mile. Lipinski looking for an 1169 with the 2003 Accord. So 13 to 16-year-olds driving full-size rides. You can't run quicker than 9 flat in the 8th mile. Weinhold goes 931, looking for that 929. He's going to love that. And a 1352 for Skyla. Here's Bella. That's Bella Holt, the big block-powered 1975 Maverick. David Smith is back up with the Viper. Smith has been 1107, 1098, and 1074 in the V10 powered Viper. He'll smash the gears and go 1089 at 135. Here's Martin Ranker. Looking for a 13 flat out of this ride. He's been 05, 05, and 02 with the Shelby clone. See the shift light coming on. He's got those shifts down. And whomps it a couple of times for a 1323, not what he was looking for. Here's Dennis Stringer. The 2010 Chevy Camaro. In the 10-0 category, looking for 10 flat. He's been 1015, 1054, and 1007. So here's Don Harmon, looking for that 12 flat. Womping it at the top end, goes 17, too many womps. So we do have here's Skylar Lipinski, the Accord, looking for an 1169. And then we will do a little bit of track prep and then bring you the top end of our order. And we are going to get through one more session. So Skylar Lipinski looking for an 1169. And then we'll get to the track prep. And again, just a little quick track prep. We don't have to do a full scrape and everything like that because it's not too hot. 1171 on that 1169. That's more like it. And now we'll get it rocking and rolling. Again, a quick bit of track prep, and we'll be back to business. So let's get at the top. Rowdy Radial coming up 7 and 8. Rowdy Radial 7 and 8. Ultimate Radial 5 and 6. And Unlimited come on up 3 and 4. Again, Rowdy 7 and 8 for your final pass. Ultimate Radial 5 and 6 for your final pass. Unlimited 3 and 4 for your final pass. Once again, Rowdy 7 and 8. Ultimate 5 and 6. Unlimited 3 and 4 for your final pass of the evening. And while we do have a little bit of quiet time, we do need to thank all of our sponsors. Aeromotive, Bankshift.com for that live stream, and thanks to everyone that's been glued to that live stream all week long. We will be doing the awards tomorrow. I believe that'll be live streamed. I think, yes, thumbs up. That'll be live streamed, so we'll be on tomorrow for the awards. And then we'll be back on Saturday for that shootout. Both of those happen at Tulsa Raceway Park. Don't forget, when you get to Tulsa, don't park in that first lane of the staging lanes, or in the pits, please. Bankshift Billy, Brian Tooley Racing, Bubba Ginn Racing Transmissions, C&G Signs, Certified Performance and Auto Repair, Circle D Specialties, Cornerstone Performance Transmission, Crower, Disorganized Grime, Edge Welding Supply, Force Performance Turbochargers, Havlic's FSC Shootout, High Speed Media, Juggernaut Welding and Fab, the Portable Car Hoist, that's Bobby Burr down there, keeping folks in competition, Leading Edge Technology Partners, Mahle Motorsports, Marceau Racing, 918 Motorsports, Performance Parts and Sales, Four-Eyed Performance Tuning, War Performance, Valley Homes, Tuned by JP, TPD, Summit Racing Equipment, ShirtWorksRacewear.com, Cypher Specialties, Rusty Nuts Media, Rocky Mountain Plumbing and Hydro Heat, Quick Performance, Pittsburgh State University School of Automotive Technology, Norex Engineering, Moody's Performance, and Mel Hamilton Racing, of course. Our presenting sponsor, Sick the Magazine, and our title sponsor, Motion Raceworks. Again, doing a quick drag and a quick spray here on the first 100 feet or so. And we will get in the top of our run order. Rowdy Radial, 7 and 8. Ultimate Radial, 5 and 6. And Unlimited needs you down to 3 and 4. Now Robert Voss is in need of a 12 SI case alternator for a small block or a big block Chevrolet. That's like the old school, regular, everyday 12 SI case alternator. That likely is the single belt with the fan and stuff. The old school Chevrolet alternator Robert Voss is in need of. If you've got one of those. Even better if you got a one wire. I know he'll take that. That's what it had in it. Robert Voss learned a valuable lesson on Megaweek. And that is, don't bring stuff you can't find at the parts store in your build. One wire alternators are awesome until they're not. But again, if you have a one wire GM alternator or a regular case GM alternator, he will take it. He just needs something that's going to make power when it goes whirr. Do you like my alternator sound? Whirr. You're welcome, or I'm sorry, whichever is appropriate. And again, I should have Rowdy, 7 and 8, Ultimate, 5 and 6, Unlimited in 3 and 4, please. Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. The fuel store, as well as the nitrous fill, is going to be closing at 9:30. That gives you like 7 minutes. If you need fuel and or nitrous, they are closing at 9:30, or forever hold your peace. Once again, I need Rowdy. Come on down, 7 and 8, Ultimate Radial, 5 and 6, Unlimited, 3 and 4. Let's go ahead and get Hot Rod as well. Hot Rod, come on down, 7 and 8. Motorcycles, come on down, lane number 1. And let's get 9-0 in 5 and 6. And let's go ahead and do 10-0 in 3 and 4. Again, Rowdy, 7 and 8. Ultimate Radial, 5 and 6. Unlimited, 3 and 4. Hot Rod, 7 and 8. Bikes, 1. 9-0, 5 and 6. 10-0, 3 and 4. As soon as I get the thumbs up from the track staff, we will pull those cars up. NA small block, NA small block, come on down 5 and 6, NA small block. Come on down 5 and 6, and NA big block, come on down 3 and 4, please. Andreen looking for that 14 flat. She'll go 39. No help. Joe Roberstad in the right lane with the Fox. And TJ Moses in that Lupe Tortilla lane. The 88 Camaro looking for 10 flat. Again, I've called Ultimate Radio, Unlimited, Hot Rod, Bikes, 90, 10, 11, NA small. Let's get NA big in 3 and 4. NA big, come on down 3 and 4. 10-15 on that 10-11, or on the 10-0, I mean, and a 967 in the right lane for Roberstad. Here's that Cornhusker Cougar, the FFA teacher during the week. Well, I guess during the season, during the week. Looking for the 9 flat in that Cornhusker Cougar. The left lane is Matt Potter with his GTO. He's been all over the place. 13s, 14s, and then 10s. Again, Unlimited, Hot Rod, Bikes, 90, 10, 11, NA small block, NA big block. And let's get Stick Shift. Stick Shift, come on down 7 and 8. GTO knocks the tire, but Peterson will drive off. 149 short time for the Cornhusker Cougar. The Turbo LS powered ride goes 9:23. And the GTO goes 11:06. That'll bring up Chris Atkinson. Atkinson in the right lane, the CTSV wagon. He's been 937, 927, and 928 with this ride. Again, Stick Shift, come on down 7 and 8. Stick Shift, come on down 7 and 8. .943 for Atkinson for his final pass. And here's Felicia Smith. She is looking for redemption. She needs to be 900 or 901 to put any pressure on Vince Rui. Felicia Smith has been 903, 904, and 903. Looking to be 901 or 2, and Vince Rui's right behind her. That's second place. Vince, the leader, right behind her, and then Kylie Moore right behind him. Smith goes 905, 135 off the gas. The thing probably would have run the number if she hadn't have lifted. Oh, tough break, but still on the podium. But here comes Vince Rui. After watching the 905, let's see what he's got. The twin turbo LS Nova. And he's not going to run it out. He launches the car. And he'll take it on down. And that may be his victory lap. We'll see what Kylie Moore can do here with the GTR. The left lane is Leroy Davidson. The S10 smoking like a freight train. So Kylie Moore in the 11.0 category has been 11.04, 11.08, and 11 flat. Moore looking for that 11 flat. Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. Outlaw Street, come on down 5 and 6. Limited Street, come on down 3 and 4. Pro Street, 7 and 8. And yeah, let's do that for now. Outlaw Street, 5 and 6. Limited Street, 3 and 4. Pro Street, 7 and 8. Outlaw, Limited, and Pro. Come on up. Here's Tiffany Lee in that 11.0 category with the C8. She's been 11.02, 11.12, and 11.06 with the C8. One of our wicked chicks. David Rexwinkle pulling up next to her, looking for that 1150. Once again, Outlaw Street, Limited Street, and Pro Street. Come on down. Outlaw Street, 5 and 6. Limited Street, 3 and 4. Pro Street, 7 and 8. Let's go ahead and put Gasser in 5 and 6 as well. Looking for 11 flat in the right lane, looking for 1150 in the left lane. $10.91 and $11.63. Here's the next pair. David Chavez in the left lane. Chris Presnall in the right lane. Looking for 11 flat in the right lane. Looking for 9 flat in the left lane. Again, Outlaw Street, Limited Street, and Pro Street. Let's get Gasser as well. Come on down. Outlaw, 5 and 6. Limited, 3 and 4. Pro Street, 7 and 8. Gasser, 5 and 6. Looking for that 9 flat in the left lane for Chavez. He's going to light the boards in that Lupe Tortilla lane with a 931. Chris Presnell having issues, and he'll slow roll down that right lane. And then we'll wait for Chad Wilson to do his burnout. Let's do Tailgate. Tailgate, come on up 3 and 4 for your final pass of the evening. Tailgate, come up 3 and 4 for your final pass of the evening. Let's go 12-0. 12-0, come on down 7 and 8. 13-0, come on down 5 and 6 for your final pass. Chad Wilson, looking for that 11 flat. Again, Tailgate 3 and 4. 12-0, 7 and 8. 12-15 for Chad Wilson in his final pass. And don't forget, folks, when you get that slip and you're ready to go, run it down to that struggle bus so those ladies can get that wrapped up and get their way over to Tulsa. Let's get 13-0. 13-0, come on 5 and 6. I should have Tailgate 3 and 4. 12-0, 7 and 8. 13-0, come on down 5 and 6. And let's get 14-0 and 3 and 4. And Junior Street, come on down. The bottom half of my order. Everybody, lottie-dottie. Outlaw Street, Limited Street, Pro Street, Gasser, Tailgate, 12-0, 13-0, 14-0, and Junior Street. Junior Street, come on down to 1. Everybody else, fill into your normal lanes. Again, Outlaw, 5 and 6, Limited, 3 and 4, Pro Street, 7 and 8, Gasser, 5 and 6, Tailgate, 3 and 4, 12-0, 7 and 8, 13-0, 5 and 6, 14-0, 3 and 4, and Junior Street, come on down to 1. For your final pass, to count for your averages, here at Texas Motorplex, again, we freeze those averages. You have to make the drive back to Tulsa and break the beams at least in order to finish in your spot. Yo. Mixed up with all of our quarter-mile cars. But we should have the whole bottom half. Stick shift, Outlaw Street, Limited Street, Pro Street, Gasser, Tailgate, 12, 13, and 14 for your last pass. 1198, what a heartbreaker. There in the right lane, 1111. In the left lane for Kylie Moore for her final pass here to count in her average for the week. And then again, we are going to be doing shootouts on Saturday. We'll be on that bankshift.com live stream for the awards ceremony. Stay tuned to bankshift.com for timing for all of that. Or the Rocky Mountain Raceweek.com website. Brian Brown goes 13.03 in that 13.0 category. And Jordan White goes 14.05 in that 14.0. Ethan DeFalco in the left lane, sitting there in the water, getting ready to do the burnout. And Trevor Rigsby in the right lane, the 68 Nova, looking for a 12 flat in that right lane. And a 14.14 is the dial in the left lane. Little womp on the top for a 12.04 for the Nova and a 14.04 for the OBS. Our final look at Chris Atkinson, the CTSV wagon. He's lined up next to Curtis Tanky, the 05 GTO. Coming down to the nitty-gritty here for race day number 4 here at Megaweek. Again, tomorrow we will be doing, tomorrow we'll be doing awards back at Tulsa. And then Saturday we'll be doing that shootout. We're heads up racing the quickest 64 cars in 3 classes. The clocks will be off and no slips, 950 in the left lane for Atkinson on his last pass. And Tanky gets a heartbreaker, 1197, looking for that 12 flat. But again, we heads up race our quickest 64 cars in 3 different classes. We have our FAF 16, our BMF 16, and our Quick 32. So Jacob Bibby, looking for a 12 flat. The C10 in the left lane looking for a 1410. And goes 19. And on the button for Bibby, 0-0 with an 8. That'll bring up Stacy Streely. His OBS truck in the tailgate category looking for an 1136. Tailgate, a dial your own class. Whatever you ran on the first day is what you're trying to run every day. Streely goes 11:22, looking for that 36, and that's not going to help. Now we're going to move into our final pass for these junior streeters. It's Bella Holt in that left lane. She'll be taking on Tyler Weinhold with the International in the right lane. Weinhold looking for the 9:29 in the 8th mile. Bella looking for the 9:16 in the 8th mile. And the blonde girl puts it nearly on the number, but goes too quick by 0.02 of a second. 9:29 with a 2. Heartbreakers for both of those rides. Now going back to quarter mile. Got the BMW in the left lane of Dan Gosha and Brad Francis in the right lane. Francis has been in the high 8-second range with the 89 Fox body there in the right lane. Gosha looking for a 14 flat out of the BMW. Not going to happen. He knocks the tire immediately in that right lane. Gosha looking for that 14 flat though. He goes 13.98 with a 4. And then Francis, if you're keeping track at home, goes 15.26. Mark Cooling here in the right lane, sitting back next to the water, getting ready to do the burnout. The left lane is David Rexwinkle, that R10 truck. Nice longboard, brah. Rexwinkle looking for 11.50. Mark Cooling looking for a 12.56. No help on either. A couple of 14-0 rides coming up. That's Dale Farley in the right lane, a past winner in this category. The stick shift Ford Focus in the right lane. And that's my car, that's my wife. That's Stevie Dory, the stick shift CTSV in the left lane. We got the thing tuned. We found about 40 horsepower in this thing, and it has been a bitch to slow it down. With a 240 60-foot and on the brakes only 100 miles an hour, the car ran 1350. On totally stock hard tire street tires, leaving like you would off of a stoplight, and all the crap is still in the trunk. She goes 271 60-foot. This might be it. She'll be whacking around the gear shifter like it owes her money. 1480, that's not going to do it. 1502 in the right lane for Farley. But she does have slips to turn in. For a couple of days, we were having to get on the brakes and do all kinds of stuff. Look at the 270 60-foot. Oh, and only 101 miles an hour. Here's Martin Ranker. In the right lane, the Shelby GT350 clone Mustang fastback. Billy Leach in the left lane, the 2001 Mustang. All right, staging lanes are closed. Staging lanes are closed. Alberto Hernandez here, the S10, looking for an 11:05 out of the tailgate class. Here's Brad Francis, our second to last car. Again, staging lanes are closed. The 89 Fox body. This has been, oh, attaboy. I freaking love you, dude. The Fox body has been in the 890s here in the right lane. Francis goes 9:06 at 150, and our final car of the evening. This Fox body in the left lane. All I got is David. So David's about to make a pass here. That's all I got in mind, too. This ride out of the limited street category. The Fox Notch. And again, all of you guys have been absolutely gangster all week long. Absolutely pleasure for us to call all these cars. And again, we are going to do awards tomorrow. And then at Saturday, we are going to do that shootout. Oh, lied, there's one more car. Your radio must be dead. So this is the second to last car. I lied. Staging lanes are closed, though. Don't you dare come down here, or I'll sick Jason Schaefer on you. with his longboard. So here we go. David, I don't know his last name. The limited street ride. 1:31 short time. He's on a lick. And off the gas, on the brakes, goes 10:04 at 109. The thing was 6:10 at the 660 at 109, and he went 10:04 at 109. You can do the math. And our very final car, I promise you, coming at you now is Dan Gosha, and on behalf of all of our sponsors, Motion Raceworks, Sick the Mag, Aeromotive, Bangshift.com, Bangshift Billy, Brian Tooley Racing, Bubbigan Racing Transmissions, Mel Hamilton Racing, Moody's Performance, Norex Engineering, Pittsburgh State University School of Automotive Technology, Quick Performance, C&G Signs, Rocky Mountain Plumbing and Hydro Heat, Certified Performance and Auto Repair, Rusty Nuts Media, Cypher Specialties, ShirtworksRacewear.com, Circle D Specialties, Cornerstone Performance Transmissions, Summit Racing Equipment, TPD, Crower, Disorganized Grime, Tuned by JP, Edge Welding Supply, Valley Homes, Force Performance Turbochargers, Ward Performance, Havlic's FSC Shootout, Four-Eyed Performance Tuning, High Speed Media, Juggernaut Welding and Fab, Leading Edge Technology Partners, Malle Motorsports, Marceau Racing, 918 Motorsports, Performance Parts and Sales, and the absolutely awesome Bobby Burr with the portable car hoist. Ladies and gentlemen, day number 4 of racing at Megaweek. All of the averages are frozen right now. You need to make the drive back to Tulsa and break the beams there to lock that stuff in, and then we will finish that off with a party, food, and an award ceremony. And then again, Saturday, we are going to have the most gangster, absolutely off-the-chain shootout that you have ever seen. We are going to heads-up race our quickest 64 cars that we have on the property for huge amounts of cash money. And then we are going to bracket race everyone left, over 400 cars.